Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. This is Eric. Thanks for joining me in the card closet. Glad you're here. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some football. Steelers went 3-0 in the preseason. Pretty exciting stuff. Don't have my hopes up that they'll make the playoffs this year, but their quarterback controversy has been interesting this preseason, to say the least. But before we get into football, episode 307, and joining us is a baseball player whose career average was 307, and that's Don Mattingly. And since he's a Yankee, and since this is a football video, he will exit. So, went out onto eBay, and between eBay and ComC, I've gotten in the football mood. So let me show you some of the stuff I've been picking up, trying to get that Steelers Silver Prism set that I go for every year. I'm really hoping that once Topps is back into football that there will be finest refractors again. But here's Devin Bush. Been having an average preseason. He hasn't been cut yet, but he may not make the team. Here's Chase Claypool, pretty much solid as a starting receiver, probably in the number 2 spot. Hasn't been playing a lot in the preseason due to injury. Pat Freiermuth, he's been having a good preseason. He'll be the starting tight end. Najee Harris, after a great rookie season, he'll be coming back for season number 2. Been taking some hard knocks in the preseason due to the offensive line being so weak. Here's a retro card of a former player, James Harrison. Here's Cameron Hayward, defensive lineman, and dare I say, quietly putting together a Hall of Fame career. Juju Smith-Schuster, not even with the team anymore, but he was in the set. Deontay Johnson's now their top wide receiver. This was super cheap, so I picked it up. Najee Harris. This is the Phoenix Fireburst. I figure if he turns out to be something big, it'd be nice to have something of his that's kind of a special card. And this year's Donruss Optic Hollow of Big Ben, his career-ending card, kind of a bookend to his career. Mason Rudolph hasn't been getting a lot of time in the preseason against the 1 and 2 squads of the opposing players, but he's doing well against the third squads. And then finally, Alejandro Villanueva, not with the Steelers anymore. I think he's with the Titans now, but picked up this auto of him. You know, linemen don't have a lot of shiny cards, so I decided to pick this one up. One of the players in the NFL that I admire the most. Former Army Ranger, and during the whole Colin Kaepernick situation of players kneeling or staying in the tunnel for the national anthem, Alejandro compromised and stood at the entrance to the tunnel with his hand over his heart as a veteran while the rest of the team was back in the tunnel. Made both sides happy. So there you have it. I'm working on the 1972 set build. I've got 14 cards to go, which is close enough for me to start paging them up, sorting them up by team, paging them up and leaving gaps for the 14. I don't like to do that with too many cards to go because it just gets to be a lot of gaps to keep track of, and there's also a good possibility of errors when you're counting out the number of spaces you need to leave between cards. So I found that 15 to 20 is a good number for that. So there you go. That's football. But hey, I got one more thing to say too. Been a lot of people talking about what's rare, for what makes a card rare. I remember back in the 90s when it was so simple. If it was a rare card, the card would tell you it's rare. See? Rare. If it wasn't rare, the card would tell you common. Very easy. Piece of cake. They did it the next year too. Common. If you had any questions, hey, is this card rare? Well, of course it is. It says rare right there. Make it easy for you. No guessing. How about this one? Well, it's uncommon, but it's not rare. See if I got another rare one here. You know, rare can be so subjective. A lot of different people have different definitions of rare, but man, back in the day when they told us what it was, no questions asked. Piece of cake. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.